Welcome back to the county seat. We are winding down on our half-hour discussion about the pipeline that is the project that's underway, not to say that the pipeline itself is, that would connect Lake Powell to southern Utah, Iron, Washington, and Kane County. Now, in the story at the beginning of this half hour, we discussed the fact that the water is really already allocated to Utah. It's not taking away water, stealing water from the Colorado River, as some people would suggest. This is part of the compact's water. If the water belongs to the upper compact states and you have the right to draw it off, why is there a need to do this project before the growth hits?
Well, we want to make sure that we've got 400,000 acre feet of Utah water going on down the river. And there are certainly communities and groups of individuals that would be willing to use that water. I think it's important for us, for Utah, it's a Utah issue, to have that water used in Utah. That's a lot of water. So to let that go on down, I think, is an unnecessary risk we take some point.
Is there a concern that water flows through that lake every year?
Mm-hmm.
And
knowing too that I said 400,000 acre feet, this project would withdraw 100,000 acre feet. So that would leave still 300,000 acre feet of Utah water moving on south even after the pipeline was in operation.
From your perspective, Ron, are you concerned that you might lose that allocation?
In the future, that could happen. We know there's other areas downstream that would like to get hold of the water that we're talking about. We're pretty much the bottom of the state. For anybody else to use it, they would have to pipe it back up north into the state farther. So we're the bottom end down there. It'd be the easiest place for us to pull that water out, and we certainly don't want to lose an opportunity to provide water for our communities.
How are you going to store it? I mean, you're going to draw water off. Do you have a system to store it, or is it directly going to be from the lake to the faucet?
The Conservancy District has a series of storage facilities and drop-off points they would put the water into. Some of them are water field regeneration fields, basically to put water back into the aquifers, and then they would pump it out of that, use a natural filtration for it. And others would be storage facilities that we could use to hold some and then draw from that too.
Like Quail Creek and Sand Hollow, they're interconnected now, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
You can pump water back and forth between the two, kind of a shell game.
And that's exactly what we're talking about. Sand Hollow is a water aquifer recharge area.
There's a planned new reservoir on down in Warner Valley too to come later.
Excellent. Gentlemen, thanks for joining us for this conversation. We would like to invite you to stay tuned with us on the county seat. If you'd like to see this again or tell your friends about it, go to our website, thecountyseat.tv. Check in there and you can watch this episode again. And again, we remind you, check us out on Facebook. We'd love to hear your comments. We'll look for you next week on the County Seat.